Good evening, everyone. Hello, how are you? Hi, Sarah. You're on nice and early. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yes, so welcome to another Sunday stamping. I'm not going to call it Simple Stamping Sunday this week because it's not. It's not a simple card which we're doing, but it is. But you need a few techniques to go with it. So. Yes, so we will be doing that tonight. I'm going to be using the Rooted in Nature stamp set and also the Home to Roost stamp set here as well, which is your free celebration item if you purchase £45 or more. So all the items which we're using today, actually, you can quite easily get up to £45 if you wanted to purchase these stuff, and you can get this lovely little stamp set here free of charge as well. So yes, so that's it. So we're going to be making a scene tonight. So different. We've kind of fallen in love again with backgrounds and sponging and inking. I haven't done it for a long time, and now all of a sudden me and Joe have just started to do it again, and it's really, really interesting. It's just good fun. Really enjoyed creating scenes with some of the first things which I learnt to do really years ago, and just started to do it again. It's really enjoying it. So I'm going to create something for you tonight. Different sizes as well, and if I've got time I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to make an envelope for it as well using the envelope punch board. So yes. So, as I said, be using the Rooted in Nature and the Home to Roost. Rooted in Nature stamp set is £39, and you get these two stamp sets right here included in that. So you get these ones, all of the trees and the leaves, and you get more of the sentiments and some leaves and some wood rings here, which is fine. Hi, Shelley. I've missed a few people. So Jay's on the other side again as normal. Doing all the comments, so if I don't say nothing, Jay will pick it up for me, so that's fine. So yeah, Rooted in Nature and the Home to Roost. So this one here is £39 just for the stamp sets here. It also comes in a bundle as well, so I'm not going to be using the dies tonight, but you can get the coordinating dies to cut all of everything out here as well, which is £67.50, which takes you up above your £45, and you would definitely get that one free of charge then. So obviously it's a slightly more expensive item out of the catalogue, but it's a lovely item out of the catalogue, so it's definitely worthwhile. Creativity on this one is superb. So yes, so let's crack on. I just realised I haven't actually got any of the stamps ready. I'm just sitting down just watching TV this evening, and just realised I actually haven't got any of that stuff ready. Never mind, I'll do that as I go along. Alright, so actually I'm going to be using the Stamparatus, that's why I'm not going to be, that's why I haven't got the stamps out. Alright, so I'm going to do a slightly different size card here as well. I'm going to be doing, I've cut some black cardstock down here to 8 by 8. Alright, and I've scored it at 4. Can you see that? Can you see the score line there? There we go. And I've scored it at 4. So it's going to be a 4 by 8 card base. All right. I have got a what's this one here? This one's a layer piece. This one here is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 here by 3 3/4. I have got the piece here which I'm going to ink up, which is going to be 7.5 by 3.5. And I've got an inside piece here as well, and I can't remember what that's very similar to the outer part, 7 3/4 by 3 3/4, and that's going to go on the inside. Reason I'm doing that is because I'm using a black piece of card. You won't be able to write in it, so a bit of paper for the inside as well. So all in all, I used 1 sheet of Whisper White for all of this, and 1 sheet of A4 black cardstock. That's all that's been used, and some inks. So it's minimal supplies. All right, so I'm just gonna fold this whilst I remember. Just because I always forget to do it, and then I do it when I've stuck everything down, and then it doesn't quite work. All right, so that's fine. And I will put the layout there as well. So I've got this bit here. All right, I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. Morning, Anita. So that's fine. I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. Right, if you haven't seen the Stamparatus before, it's our lovely new stamping platform which we've got. And it's got 2 plates. You can move the plates around, you can hinge step it, you can move it across. There's lots to it. I'm just going to be using it as a normal stamping mat tonight. It's got 2 bits. You can take up you use the foam bit for your photopolymer, and you take that bit away if you're using rubber, which I'm going to be using tonight. Alright, and I've also got a bit of paper down here as well. Now they've given us a nice new pad here, which is designed to fit with the Stamparatus. Alright, and I know the code is in here somewhere. And that's £6 for a nice grid, in case of the small grid paper. And that fits perfectly inside your Stamparatus. So I'm going to do that so I don't get all of the ink on here. So, what am I going to do first? I am going to, actually I'm not using the Stamparatus just yet. Let's do some of the inking. Let's put that to one side. And I'm going to take the piece of paper which I've been doing for the Stamparatus piece as well. All right. I'm also going to be using the 2-inch circle punch, and I've got a bit of scrap paper here as well, a bit of cardstock, because I'm just going to punch myself out. Hi Sandra. Hi Sandy. So that's it. So that's all I need that one for doing the. This is going to be my son. A little bit of washi tape, so some old washi tape which we've had lying around for donkey's years, comes in handy for holding bits down, trying them to get in shot. And I'm just going to stick that to the back of my son. Alright, and I'm going to position that in place about there. Alright, I'll put a bit of washi tape behind just so it doesn't move. I haven't got to worry about doing that. So I'm going to be using 5 inks. I'm going to be using Daffodil Delight, Mango Melody, Lovely Lipstick, Highland Heather, and Pacific Point. So I'm going to start off with the Daffodil Delight. So I've got my sponges here, and I'm just going to, or use sticky notes. Yes, you could use sticky notes as well. So I'm just going to ink it up. Actually, I need another piece. Here's a piece I worked on earlier. And I'm just going to dab off a little bit of the excess. And I'm going to start in the middle here. And I'm sort of going a circular motion. And I'm going to build this up gently. Some people are really tempted to go in heavy, push down really heavy, and you end up getting streaks everywhere. It's not too bad on the lighter colours, but definitely on the darker colours, so you've got a greater risk of that happening. And I'm just going to gently build up this colour. So I don't know if some of you actually know what I'm making. As you might have seen the picture which we posted out, a little sneak peek of it. So that's recreating that again today. If you haven't, then it's going to be a surprise for you. So I'm making a scene. That's it. Build that one up. And come down here a little bit. Sorry, and obviously this is going to wobble the camera a little bit, so I do apologise. Okay, so that's that one. I'll probably come back in with that one later. And I'm going to move over to the Mango Melody now. Now, because they're the same colour family, I'm not too fussed about changing sponges over on this particular one. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of that one here. Just dab it off a little bit because we're going into a slightly darker ink now. And I'm going to start in here, and I'm just going to build this colour up again. going to make it slightly stronger. A stronger colour. So how's everyone's Sunday been? Or Monday for our Australian friends. Starting your day now, aren't you? That's it. So Mango Melody done. Now I will move on to the lovely lipstick. So I'm just going to put that to one side. Just because I've already put one layer down already doesn't mean that I can't go back in with it later on. But you need to be careful when going back in with it later on that the colours don't react. And I'll show you what I mean with that later on, especially with the blues and the yellows, because it's going to create green. And if you do that in the wrong place, you're going to end up with a green sky. So, going to go in and starting in the middle. And just... You see, I've got a little bit of a mark on the top there now where my ink's a little bit wet. That's fine. I can blend this out a little bit. It will all come together eventually. That's it. And then I go in with a little bit of Highland Heather. And so we're just going to like build this up like it's a sunset. Okay. And when inking, I always start off the paper and then bring the ink in and gradually build it up. That's that. And then I'm going to go with a blue, so we'll go with a Pacific Point. And I'm just going to bring that in. So we get a nice blue tone. And all the time I'm going over the other colour, over the previous colour, just so it tries to blend it in a little bit. And we make that a bit darker. So that's that one there. It's a nice dark corner there now. And I think what I might do is I might come back in with the Daffodil Delight one more time. And let's just intensify this down here a little bit. And kind of like blend in that red a little bit. It will turn it a little bit more orange. Like that there. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get the blue. Now this is where what I mean by being careful with this, because blue and yellow mixed together is going to give you green. All right, so which is why I didn't want to come over too much and down too much with the blue. But what I do want to do is I want to take a little bit of the blue here, and I'm just going to come up a little bit. That's just so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to very gently, I don't want to come in too much, and I'm just going to bring the blue ink over onto the yellow part down here, because obviously this is the base. So if you haven't got green ink, you don't need to worry about it. Just blend your blue and your yellow together. Alright, and you can see now I'm getting it, it's now turning green. Give me a greeny tinge down at the bottom down here. I'll bring it in a little bit closer for you in a moment. So obviously this is going to be my base. Well, it's actually, it gives you a really nice green actually as well. That's it. And if I want to, I can probably just come in a little bit more with the yellow, just to green that up a little bit more. Alright, so can you see what I mean now? So obviously ignore this little bit, it's because I'm using a bit of a patterned background here, so that's fine. Once I start stamping, that will all move out. And obviously in all of these blemishes which you see on here, that will all disappear as well. So I kind of got a bit of a greeny blue down the bottom down here, can you see that? Alright, so it's now time to remove my moon. And there we go. Alright, I will take my yellow again, and I'm just going to go over this white bit just to tone it down ever so slightly, because at the moment it's really, really white. So I just want to give it a bit of yellow just to tone it in just a fraction. Okay, I might just pick up a little bit more ink. There we go, that's just a little bit more now. That's it, that's just toned that down ever so slightly. Right there. Alright, so that's pretty much, that's the background done. Really, really simple. Just ink, paper, some sponges, and just blend it out. And don't worry about it. Obviously, some of you, I've got this little mark up the top here, but I'll make it work. It will come in. It will be part of the picture, and it will work. And all of these blemishes. Once you get everything together, wait until you've seen the finished project. A lot of people go with this and go, I've made a mark, or I've got it. It's not quite work. Persevere with it and see it through to the end. It will, and you may be able to cover up bits like this. Yeah, good tip. Because of the background which we're using here, Jay. Yeah, obviously Jay's just said that make sure you've got a flat surface, free of debris and so on like that, and the background paper isn't textured. I didn't think about this when I did this. I've got a bit of a textured background here, which is why that's picked up here. Never mind. You live and learn. I will make sure I don't use a textured background when doing sponging next time. So yeah, make sure you've got a flat surface. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my Stamparatus and I'm going to put my grid paper in magnet down. Alright, and that's going to go up in the top corner. Okay, I'm going to take the You Are Wonderful stamp here. I'm going to position that in here. So just get that straight, and now I'm just going to pick that up. So obviously another reason why I'm using the Stamparatus as well for this is the fact that I can go back over this and I can make it, I can intensify the black, the stamping if need be, or if I miss a bit, it doesn't matter, I can go back over and I can do it. So we will stick that there. Yeah, this is a juicier ink pad. I think the one which I did the first one with wasn't as juicy as this one here, so this is actually stamping quite nicely. Oh, okay then. That's why it's nice and juicy. Jay's re-inked it. There we go. Alright. So that's that one. And now I am going to place, I'm going to go with the tree first, I think. Alright, and I'm going to position the tree around about here. Let's take that one off. I expect one to stand up another. Yep, that's it. And just ink up my stamp here. A little bit of pressure. That's it. Now, see, that one's not as intense as I would like it to be, and I will definitely be going over this one again. I've got a real horrible feeling that's just moved. Yeah, it has. How annoying is that? I saw it as I put it down. I've now got a blurred, really frustrating. Right, you'll get the gist of it, but I've obviously now got a shadow effect on that one there because it ever so slightly moved. How annoying. It never goes right on the night, does it? That's fine. I'll go with it. That's fine. We've just got a bit, it's a bit windy and the tree's shaking. That's what's happening. When you're obviously that's a good little tip. When you're doing that, make sure obviously it's what happened is that the stamp stuck to the paper, and as I pulled it up, it's just moved it ever so slightly because I didn't put my magnet completely over it. So, but that's fine. We will go. I will take this one off here, so I'm finished with that one now. And I am going to take this bit here, and okay, this needs a little bit of positioning, working with this one. That's it. The stamp apparatus does come with 2 magnets as well. I'm cheating, and I've been lazy and only using 1 magnet, so it's my own fault. And pick that up there. We go down, and then what I'm going to do is where have I put it? Just going to clean that off for a moment. And I will position that one over here. Let's put that there, that's it. And I'll pick that one up again. Just stamp that one in. Pick that one up. You can kind of just take off some of the excess here, and then I'll just position that one over here. Pick up. And ink up. Now what you can do as well is, let's just clear that off a little bit. With these little bits, I'm just going to position that in here. Pick it up, ink it up. Now what I want is I want a 2nd generation. So I'm going to grab my scrap paper. Just going to take off for the 1st generation and then stamp down my 2nd generation. Just so I've got a slightly lighter cover, and then I will do this one for over here as well. Pick it up. ink it up, take off the excess, and then stamp it down. And I'll probably just do that one more time over here, just a little bit. And you can see each time I'm just kind of like coming a little bit further out, just so it frames this corner. Take off the excess, and then put that down there. And you can see I've got a slightly lighter and darker bit here, so you can see what I mean there. All right, and yeah, my my windy tree. Sorry about that. See, mistakes happen for all of us. It's never perfect. We all make mistakes, and we just need to persevere with it. All right, yeah, use a chamois. I didn't get the chamois out, Jay, so that's why I'm doing it how I am. So that's that one. All right, so that's all of the stamps which we're going to be using from the Rooted in Nature. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the grass here from the Home to Roost set. All right, so what I've done with this one is let's position this down here, and let's put you there, and let's pick you up like so. And put that down. So I will need to take some of the excess off there a little bit. I'm going to just move it. So I'm going to just move this along, gradually bringing it down so it frames this bottom corner here as well now. That's it. Bring that down one more time. See, and there's already some residue ink on there anyway, so I've already got a second generation, but as long as you don't move, as long as you're careful and don't move it, you'll get a perfect image placement back over the top again. So that's fine, and I think I'm going to leave that for the time being, because what I want to do now is I want to just do a little bit more inking. So I'm going to put my stamp apparatus to one side, and I'm going to use this actually. Let's grab. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to make some hills. So I will get my scissors, get some scrap paper, and I'm just going to make me a hill. All right, and I'm going to use this bit here. So I just need to ground that tree a little bit. So I'm just going to put that mask over here, and using that blue and the yellow, I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go over with the blue again, and just darken this area up here. Like that. I'm going to grab the yellow here. And we'll just put it in. And we'll just turn that green. So we've got a green here. That's it. Probably just a little bit more blue. You probably don't need to ink it up again. You've probably got enough on there. And that's good. Alright, and if we remove that, we now have grounded our tree. Save this bit here, because what I'm going to do this by hand on this one. I just need to go and get myself a block. Bear with me. So I've got my block now. So always save the negative and the positive here, because I'm now going to just gently ink up these little bits at the end here. And we're going to have some little grass. Over there. That's it. So we've now got some grass coming out of our mound. Like that. You see what I've done there? Alright. So that's it. And that's pretty much the card done. Alright, so all I just now need to do is finish this off. So if I just clear myself up a little bit, where have I put everything? Grab my card base, grab my layer, alright, and glue. So put some glue all the way around the outside here. So I'm using Tombow glue here. Like that. On the layer. And now what we do is we just matte and layer this on the black. Like that. And then the inside part, just to finish that off. And you could stamp on this as well if you wanted to. You could do the other. You could probably put that stamp down there again, or write something in there. I'll leave that one blank for the time being, but you get the idea. Obviously, just if you're using a dark cardstock, use something on the inside. But that's it. That's that card done with a windy tree. So can you see that there? And that's that one. Alright, now there are some other stamps as well out there, which is the High Tide stamp set, which has got some beautiful birds in it as well. Let me just show you the original one, which I did. So this here is the original one, which I did, and you can see it's got these beautiful birds in here as well, and that's from the High Tide stamp set. So that's those two, and I've used it on a blue background, blue cardstock, whereas I've done it on white on this one here. So you can see how crisp the image should be to how I stamped it, and that's all because I didn't pay attention to my stamping. Alright, it moved, and I didn't anchor it down enough. But I still think it works. I will do it again and give you a crisper image, and probably without this little mark at the top here. But can you see the two? Like that. Alright. It's really, really simple then. It's a nice card, and I've really enjoyed doing backgrounds once more. It's yeah, it's really nice. So don't forget, obviously, if you want to purchase any of this stuff, you can do. You can, thank you, Sarah. You can head over to our online shop. So if you live in UK, France, Netherlands, Germany, and Austria, you can shop with us. So yeah, please feel free to go over and head over there. Head over to our blog as well. We'll put this up on our blog, and so we'll take some close-up pictures of this, so you can see it a little bit closer, and how I've done it. And obviously, I'll put the replay video up for you all to watch once again. So yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything else. Can you think of anything else I need to mention, Jay? I think I've got everything, haven't I? Sorry, he's on a bit of a time lag, isn't he? So he's going to wait until he hears me ask. All good? Good. Lovely. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that video tonight, this little tutorial, and it's inspired you to maybe get your sponges out again, which a lot of us are really scared to do. Get your sponges out and just have a bit of a play, get messy, and create some beautiful backgrounds. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great Monday, Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, wherever it is, wherever you're watching. Have a great day. Thank you again, and we will be back next Sunday, 7 o'clock GMT. Thank you. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.